the deep focus thing. I'm ADD, straight up, like no getting around it. I don't take medication for it. I haven't taken medication for it since I was a kid. I've tried consciously and actively for the last 20 some years to manage it. Meditation, channeling the energy elsewhere, making sure that I have time and space and opportunity to indulge in the things that completely occupy my attention, and turning the focus on and off is always the tricky part. Because you say to yourself, all right, now I need to focus on this. Like if I were to schedule out my day, I would say, okay, from 10 to 11:30 or from 9 to 11:30 is a focus work block. I might get an hour of work done. It's more like 45 minutes because I'm not just doing that one thing. I'm doing 6 other things, especially if I'm at home. If I'm at the coffee shop or at an office space, that limits the amount of the stuff that I can potentially do that isn't work, but I still have a computer or an iPad in front of me so I can, get distracted. So what I've learned about myself and, a lot of other people I'm sure are similar is the Pomodoro thing is a good way to think about it, but doing one thing intensely for a burst of time and then being okay kind of scatterbraining tasks and doing this here and doing a little bit of that there and doing a little bit over here and then taking a break. Hard stop, fully disconnect, walk outside, go for a little stroll, maybe get some tea, hit the water cooler, talk to your coworker, casually make your way back. And then you're allowing the natural rhythm of being intently focused and breaking attention to just work within your daily or weekly routine.
Yeah.
It's not a rigid structure that doesn't really fit the way that most people's brain and attention span works. If you allow your day to be built around the way that you ebb and flow, then you'll have a better time for sure.
Yeah. Have you heard of the 2+8 prioritization method?
No.
So
break it down for me.
Yeah. So, it's quite simple, really. There's a lot of studies that point to the fact that most humans can't really get more than 2 main tasks done per day, 2 big projects, right? And then the other 8 are sort of just ancillary tasks, such as take out the trash, do the laundry, just things that don't really take this deep focus, this intense productive focus that we normally need to do a job. And some of the most productive people really plan their day around, okay, what are the big 2 things that I have to get done today? What are those 2 things? And if I can get those 2 things done, my day was a success and I can call myself productive. And then you've got a list of 8 other things that you would like to get done and maybe need to be done, but they don't need to be done right now. It's not an emergency if they don't get done today. It's normally unlikely that you have tasks in a day that are an emergency, they have to be done today, right? And I personally find it really helpful to think about my day as what are my 2 big projects I need to get done today? And as long as I get those done, I can say today was a success. And then often there are times where I can get some extra stuff done and I'm like, damn, I crushed it today. But especially when you work for yourself or you run a company, you're building a brand, it's really important to kind of think in that term, because if you don't, and you don't have boundaries on what your day should and shouldn't consist of, you go to bed at night thinking, oh, I could have done more. And it's just this constant recurring feeling of limbo that you get stuck in. And it creates stress and it creates anxiety. And then you feel you just always feel you're supposed to be doing something, and it's not good. It's not healthy,
Yeah.
And I would personally much rather have a fairly consistent week where I got some good things done, but I did that every day, versus having one really crazy day where I just crushed it, got a million things done, but then I'm burnt out the next day and I wake up at 40% and I can't put in the same thing because I'm still burnt out from the day before.
Yeah.
And, it's tough to build that consistency and to really make sure that every day goes that way. Of course, it's always an uphill battle. It's an ongoing thing that, you learn. I think it's very unlikely that everybody's a Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or whoever that, theoretically has 800 things on their to-do list every day and they get them all done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But these people have an army of people working for them.
Right.
So when you're an individual or you just have a small team, it's yeah, you have to give yourself some grace and put some limits on what you can realistically achieve in a given day. And I think a good place to start is this 2+8 prioritization method and say, okay, what are my 2 big things and then my 8 small things, and go from there.